course I love Temu. I love those little fucking Chinese kids working for next to nothing. I love getting fucking objects for pennies on the dollar at the cost of child labor. If anything, Minecraft was proof that the children yearn for the mines. Such a big hit.
I can see it.
Oh my god!
It was such a better cold open than last week.
What was wrong with last week's cold open?
Fuck you.
I feel like that episode is basically lost to everybody except for our patrons, so no one else is going to know what you're talking about.
Well, good. That's fine. It needs to stay lost.
It doesn't need to stay lost. For $3, you can find out how racist we really are behind the scenes.
Him, not me. Him.
What are you going to pin this on me for?
Because it's all on you.
It's not, well, no.
I'm trying to find the document.
If by all on me you mean all of the talent and the good looks and the work involved in putting this masterpiece together, then all right.
Okay. All right. You think that.
What a fucking day. Oh, we'll get into it. Don't you worry.
Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard the short bus to hell. Please remember when boarding to keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. We are not responsible for missing items, brain lesions, cardiac arrest, the abandonment by a loved one, exploding kittens, or world domination by little green men. We will take credit for a good time and the occasional moistness you might feel at varying locations of your person. This ride may not be for everyone, and if that's you, please find the nearest window to throw yourself from the vessel. Buckle up and enjoy.
Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong with you?
No.
You remind me of Frankie right now.
Welcome to Great Friends, okay, people. I'm Anthony, joined by Cody.
I don't understand why this fucker's being so dramatic.
Because of the whole goddamn experience.
Today,
the weekend,
yeah, the
yesterday.
Weekend was fun. Cody, you want to talk about mounting the TV for my daughter?
No.
Let's just not talk about it. That was terrible. I actually forgot about it until you just brought it up.
Okay, we're going to talk about it. So, do you recall where you used my stud finder to find a stud in the wall, and you looked at where I hung the previous shelf where her smaller TV was, and you go, how did you not get injured? Because you drilled right above an electrical outlet. And I said, I don't know, dumb luck, I guess. And then you're like, all right, well, here's a stud. And so you marked it, and I drilled straight into drywall and hit nothing.
Okay, but how's that my fault?
Okay, and then you marked another spot, and you're like, this should be a stud. This has to be a stud. So I drilled straight into drywall.
You know that I'm only able to do what the stud finder tells me to do, right?
And then, the third time, my favorite one, you find it right above the electrical outlet where you said I shouldn't have survived because there was a electrical wire running through that area. And you're like, go ahead. And I said, you just told me I shouldn't have done this unharmed because there should be electrical wiring there. And then you say, go ahead, buddy. And then you stand back.
Yeah. I support you, but I'm going to stand back.
I'm so glad I'm expendable to you and hanging my daughter's TV.
You weren't expendable. It was just I was just bracing myself for having to, I don't know.
What's the expected damage from something like that? If I had hit electrical wire with that drill, what would have been like? Worst case scenario, I could probably got killed. Maybe, I don't know.
No, it's just like a buzzing feeling. Have you ever put it to your tongue next to a 9-volt?
No.
You never put your tongue on a 9-volt?
No. I did think though at one point I went I got paralyzed on my left side because. So this job that I worked at, a telemarketing job, I got promoted to a QA position.
Yeah.
And I was, they're like, okay, so we need to put a new computer in the office for you because we don't have one set up for you. And I said, okay, cool. And they're like, we got one back in the storage room. We don't know why it's back there. We don't know how long it's been back there, but it should work for you until we get another one, if we need another one. And I said, okay, cool. So I was like 19, 20. And I carried it to the office, set it down. set it all up, and then I went to plug it in, and it sent a jolt of electricity up my arm, and it hurt real bad. And I started cussing and yelling, and after it stopped hurting, it just went completely numb, and I don't think I could feel anything for like a little bit. And they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm not real sure right now. I feel like my arm is paralyzed. It's just kind of numb and tingly."
Holy fuck.
So luckily that didn't fucking do anything. But they're like, "Oh, that explains why we didn't have it out in use." I'm like, "Oh, is that why we didn't fucking have this computer out in use? I'm so glad you let me fucking set up a computer that we knew we stored away for some reason.
You could have
couldn't remember why.
You could have retired at 20.
Would have made my life so much easier."
Holy shit.
And now here I am working fucking 16-hour shifts and doing a podcast for a little bit of spare change. Basically shaking people down for an hour a week.
You know, it is what it is.
I'm sorry, it's not an hour a week. As you kind people, I've realized there wasn't an episode last week because, well, technical difficulties stole it from us. Cody's very grateful it didn't go out.
Okay, first off, it was a flop of an episode.
It was a weird episode. There was like some weird energy happening.
Yeah, that was an odd day. Second off, things you said in that episode.
Would you like to elaborate?
No, we're not going to talk about it. Third off,
I just said,
I love how you're going to try and we're going to backtrack to this TV thing. I love how you're going to try and wait days to even bring this back up and put the blame on me.
well, what else was I going to fucking bring it back up? We were both there. We both experienced it.
And 15th off.
15th? I think you've
Skipped a few numbers.
skipped a few.
I have the stud finder. The stud finder said there was a stud. How is that my fault?
Oh, then the fourth time we tried, the fourth hole we put in my daughter's wall trying to hang this stupid TV.
Yeah.
It was like I drilled into it and it stopped. And we're like, oh, finally, we fucking found the stud. And then I brought it back out because it wasn't going through. And then I drilled and pushed it and just went straight through drywall again. It was just fucking nothing on the other side. And then we went to the other side of the wall where my son's room is. And we were like, what's in his closet? Because there was both of their closets back to back almost. And what we were drilling into was his closet. And I hit the shelf. That's what the initial resistance was.
Yep.
It was the metal shelf hanging on his wall in his closet.
And then, after we fucking did all of that, find a plastic insert in the box for the mount that says, under no circumstances, something along the lines of under no circumstances, hang this on a drywall.
Yeah, well, we thought we'd be okay because it said...
It gave you anchors.
It gave us anchors, so we put the anchors in the hole that we thought was the right size, and we're like, well, they're a little bit loose, but they'll expand when we put the bolts in.
And then they wouldn't even connect.
And then when we put them in, and then we mounted the rack up there, the mount, and then we're like, oh, it's really fucking jiggly. This is not going to work. And then we found the packaging that says, do not use on drywall.
Yeah, this is why I hate mounting TVs, because it's such a clusterfuck.
Like hanging that 65-inch in the living room.
Where we drilled through the other side of the wall again for your stairwell.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one was walking up the stairs that day.
Oh, my God. That whole house is going to collapse one day, and there's just going to be a bunch of holes in the wall that brought it down. Oh...
It's fucking hysterical, though. I mean, it's just like... And then we didn't even hang the lights for her.
No. Yeah, the real easy, simple thing that we were supposed to do, we didn't.
I totally forgot about that until just now. Did she bring any of it up?
No, she didn't bring any of it up. I think she's forgotten about the lights because they're just bunched up on the TV stand. But the weekend wasn't the worst of it. I mean, yesterday was okay. I don't think anything happened yesterday. I don't remember anything in our exchanges or texts or anything that indicated yesterday was a clusterfuck. Today, though.
No, yesterday was just Monday.
Yeah, which is
fucking
enough on its own. Today, we had someone call off, and the two people that were covering his overtime didn't know the line he runs. So I had to run that line, which threw everything into chaos, and I won't go into details about why I threw everything into chaos, but essentially I had to do more work than I would have had to have done just running a normal day by myself. And it was bullshit, and it sucked ass. But then I got off, and I was supposed to come straight here, but we didn't do the right load of laundry. We did laundry, but it was all like work clothes, nothing that I was going to wear for the podcast to go out in and all that. So I had to throw those clothes in the dryer this morning. And so I was like, all right, I got to go back home after I get off of work so I can get my clothes so I can get dressed and come here and do the recording. And then Trace was off today. He was going to come with me. I was like, I wasn't going to initially bring him. I was just going to come straight from work. But since I had to go home, I was like, fuck it, I'll take him with me. I decided that because today was such a bad day and because I just rushed nonstop, the only break I took was 15 minutes for lunch just to down a cheeseburger and a McChicken just to have something in my
fucking
stomach.
cheeseburger sounds dank.
So the pizza, as you treated me like your Uber driver and fucking made me pick it up on the way here. That's beside the point.
You were already on the way here.
But
You passed it anyways.
So I knew Trace was off school today, and then I was gonna go pick him up at home. Somewhere between getting off of work and deciding I needed a little treat for my survival for today, I went to the Dairy Queen on the way to pick him up from school.
Oh no!
And I waited in line for my my banana split. I'm just waiting and I'm just waiting. I'm like, fuck, these people are taking forever. I'm gonna get there right as he gets out of school. He's gonna be like, why were you late? He's gonna see me eating ice cream. And I was like, this is gonna be a fucking disaster. And then it dawns on me while I'm sitting in the drive-thru, he's not in school today. I went out of my way to go pick him up from school where he wasn't even at, and it was like, I think at that point it was like 3:28. I should have been home at this point. Just going straight home, it was a 21-minute drive. And I text Kristen.
This is why you said you were late?
Yeah. And I text Kristen a bunch of dots and I go, I'm on my way home. I almost made it to Trace's school, and then I realized he's not there. And tell her about the ice cream part. So that's between us and
why is it that you go to DQ and all the things you can get from DQ, you got a banana
I
split?
just love banana splits. It's a strawberry, really. I mean, I could have gotten like a sundae with the strawberry topping on it, but it's the strawberry and the chocolate. I don't really care too much for the pineapple, but it is what it is. Just love banana splits.
All right, that's fine. You and your milk, your banana splits.
Oh, the milk. I love milk. And now I have Milkman bottles.
That was a good one.
Oh, Rasputia.
Rasputia.
It doesn't even matter. It's not her fucking name.
It is now.
So, a friend of the podcast, Renisha, says that I am essentially a second father to her kids because they're around all the time and I play with them and take care of them and shit too. When they want to go out, and I'll be like, just bring them over and I'll watch the kids. And her daughter started calling me Daddy Dave one day for some reason. I don't know why.
I forgot to ask what the name tag was for.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. She just one day started calling me Daddy Dave. So I did a prank on her because I think she had done something to fuck up her eyebrows or something, and she was like really upset about it. So I sent her like Groucho Marx glasses from Amazon. I said these should help.
I wonder if she took them out or if she kept them and she like has them somewhere.
I don't know. I'd like to see them again.
I hope she wears them for role play.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I on one hand I'm like, I kind of want to know, and on the other hand I'm like, I don't really want to know.
We're gonna find out.
We'll find out. So to get back at me for sending her those Groucho Marx glasses, she bought me a Milkman bottle set and rack and a name tag that says Daddy Dave. She said she wanted to get me the Milkman hat too, but she wasn't able to find it or something.
That would have been fucking perfect. And then like the white suit that they used to deliver them in and everything would have been golden.
And she hates that I drink milk. She said, I think she's okay with children drinking milk. It's definitely okay in cereal in her eyes, but she said that grown men are excuse me. I still have the plague, as you can hear. Grown men aren't meant to drink milk.
It doesn't make any sense to me why she's so against it.
So now occasionally when she's being particularly spicy, when she comes over to visit Kristen, I'll get a big, tall, see-through stein of milk.
No.
The long sleep is coming. So, anyway.
What are we in Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Winter is coming. The long sleep is coming. I'm going to start using that.
I got Trace to start using it too. I was like, man, I'm really tired. He's like, you going to take a nap? I said, I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting for the long sleep at this point. Yeah, he's just like, man, I can't wait for the long sleep. I'm like, it's a little young to be emo.
I hope he doesn't say that at school.
We just got his teacher two $5 gift cards to Dunkin'. So, yeah, I'm hoping that she doesn't see that as like a payoff to ignore what she hears.
She probably does, and I'm sure she gets that from a lot of parents.
Then when Amelia starts school, we're going to get her teacher a bottle of wine, so.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
So, yeah, it's only Tuesday. Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's been a fuck of a week so far.
Mine has not even been nearly as chaotic. Took a nap.
Oh, must be nice. Was that when you stopped texting me earlier?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something, and I don't remember what it was. I was like, I sent you screenshots of something earlier, and then I was like, this motherfucker's not answering. He fucking take a nap again?
I sat on the couch.
God damn it.
It's that couch. That couch is a death pit.
You have to stay off that fucking couch.
And it's why I don't play video games on it.
What do you do when you sit on the floor?
Yeah, I sit on that floor chair. You sent me this wild article. We got to talk about it. I haven't opened it yet, but I saw...
You saw the title of it?
Deez-Nuts. And I...
Yeah, so...
Why do we have to occupy the same planet with these people?
So we try to stay away from politics. I think we've both made our stances pretty clear throughout previous episodes.
This one doesn't seem political, though.
No, this one's not political. That's what I was going to say. It's hard when you're digging through subreddits that are meant to be dumb stories, and it's like political. It's like, fuck, nothing interesting is happening except for our government destroying itself and the country.
Right, and if we were to really talk about it, then it would all be one. It's like all so just absolutely fucking stonewalling.
And then every once in a while, I come across a gold nugget, such as this one, where they talk about a man in Green Bay named Deez-Nuts.
Like, I want to know... Oh, God, it reminds me of that episode of Friends, which is like one of the only episodes I've ever seen fully, where Phoebe goes and changes her name to something banana hammock. She doesn't realize what a banana hammock is, and they had to tell her.
Why did you choose that name then?
Because they told her that she can go change her name to whatever she wants. She just literally went to the courthouse and changed her name to literally the wildest thing she could change, or that she could think of. And her last name was Banana Hammock, and it was absolutely fucking stupid. But now I'm like, and I remember in the episode, the lady was like, "Do you really want this?" This is what I'm imagining with this person, 42-year-old Deez-Nuts Kroll.
So I have another video related to changing your name that I think would be great for...
But did they say what he did?
Yes. They get to it. Here,
he pleaded not guilty, of course.
I'm going to airdrop you this video. Do you want...
In what sport does Fanny Schmeller compete for Germany? A. Swimming. B. Show jumping. Or C. Skiing? You've put show jumping. Yeah. Why'd you put show jumping?
I don't think it's skiing.
No, you would know. You would know that.
Yeah, you'd think. Swimming, it doesn't really have a ring for me like Fanny Schmeller. So I just thought it goes with show jumping.
Guy's here. No, you.
We're gonna make a rule now, never to say her name again.
That's right.
I'd be straight down the court in the morning if that was my name. I'd have that changed straight away. Right. No. Yes. Okay, we're two from home. We've got to get there. And quickly. The correct answer is... Oh, it's skiing. Fancy not knowing that.
What? I would have thought he got it right because I thought they were going to say like it was fake.
So you want to talk about changing your name? I had a great video clip for you.
I can't even imagine the parents choosing that name.
Knowing your last name was Schmeling and going, we have to go with Fanny. Fucking Germans, man. Just messing everything up. All right.
And that's all you're going to say because we're not.
All right. So, speaking of unfortunate names, let's get back to Deez-Nuts. So, Green Bay man named Deez-Nuts appears in court, pleads not guilty, and signs $11,000 signature bond. You want to know what he did? So let's go ahead and find out. So, a man in Green Bay with a one-of-a-kind first name was back in court and reportedly pled not guilty to 2 charges. According to court records, 42-year-old Deez-Nuts Kroll was back in court on May 2nd for a return on warrant. He reportedly entered not guilty pleas to all counts. Additionally, he reportedly signed his signature bond, which was set at $11,000. Okay, so we got all that. Kroll, who is scheduled to be back in court May 20th. So this is relevant. This is currently happening.
Right.
On May 20th for a status conference. He is facing 2 charges, battery and disorderly conduct. Both are misdemeanors. How unfortunate that you would change your name to Deez-Nuts and then cause havoc and get...
Right, like if I were going to change my name, I would make sure that I want to at least stay out of trouble.
But obviously someone who changes their name to Deez-Nuts wants the attention, so maybe I'm not surprised that he did get into trouble, but I think there are better ways to go about it than obviously battery and disorderly conduct.
I mean, you would think if he's changing his name to Deez-Nuts, he would go into like porn.
But is that, like... Porn names are such on-the-nose names. Deez-Nuts feels like almost a mockery of a porn name. Like, it's so ridiculous.
So maybe he would do drag.
Up there with George Santos.
All right,
They got
welcome to the
interesting
stage,
names.
Deez-Nuts. Yeah, no, I don't know. The whole thing just doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
So, it says the charges stem from an alleged incident that happened back on March 5th. And apparently we can click on it and find out more if we wanted to. The criminal complaint said there was a reported disturbance and Kroll allegedly ended up getting a gun. The gun reportedly turned out to be a CO2 BB gun.
And then that's the end of the story.
That's the end of the story. I swore I had more on it. There was something else about his name too. Maybe it was in the comment section of it. Okay, here we go. This is what I thought it was. Deez-Nuts Lee Kroll is the real name of the Wisconsin man with a unique name. Kroll's birth name is Derek Kroll, but he changed it to Deez-Nuts in 2011, and then Deez-Nuts, and then in Deez-Nuts in 2017. In his application for the name change, Kroll said it was not spelled right. So he went.
Why is he?
6 years as Deez-Nuts, and then I guess upset for 6 years that people were like Deez-Nuts, and he's like, no, it's Deez-Nuts.
It took him 6 years to notice the change, or notice that it was spelled wrong.
Or at least get enraged enough to go back through the process of changing it again.
So we already know he's not that bright.
He chose Deez-Nuts as a name. I figure that's the first indicator.
But his first name being Derek is just a huge... Like, why is it that all the Dereks that I know are...
Literally every one of them.
Yes.
That was the name of the guy that was off work today, too, that threw my whole day into chaos. So literally every Derek. Derek was also the name of the baby daddy of Kristen's former friend that you got all those stories about this last weekend.
Fuck them.
Literally every Derek. I hope we don't have a Derek. But what if we do and he's also an asshole?
What if you're the Derek?
You don't know a Derek,
you're the Derek.
I'm not sure that applies in this situation. I feel like my entire life I've been Anthony. Although you started calling me Tony when we met, you're just like, I think you asked me what I prefer. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, Anthony's the name I have on there. Anthony's my legal name. And you're like, okay, I'm going to start calling you Tony. And then you threw people off at the birthday party, too, over the weekend. Because Kristen's mom was there, and you were talking to her, and you called me Tony. And then she's never called me Tony before in her life. And then she started calling me Tony. And she's like, Anthony, why am I saying Tony?
I still can't believe the stories I was hearing from her.
Just all that tea. You didn't know what to do with it.
I didn't. I kind of felt like I needed to get up and walk away.
I think you did.
But
I remember at one point you were sitting next to me talking to her, and then all of a sudden you were gone and she started talking to me. I was like, God damn it, you just fucking threw me to the wolves.
I didn't mean to. It was just so much for the first 5 seconds of meeting somebody.
Yeah, it's really just like He looks like his name is Deez-Nuts too.
There's a picture of him.
If you go,
Oh, I see it in the messages.
yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like a Derek. He looks like a little douche.
I don't even.
Why? And I wouldn't expect this either, that he would even be from Green Bay. I would have expected him to be from Florida.
It's funny that they changed his name to Deez-Nuts, and he is quite hairy.
Oh, God. He's got a pube beard.
I kind of wish I knew more about him, but at the same time, I don't want to know anything more than I've already learned.
Right. I feel like I do not need to know anything else about this man. Just know that he is the worst.
Do you think if he touches you at all, he considers it teabagging?
I hate it here.
Just finds a random sleeping hobo on the street, puts his finger in his mouth, and leans down and whispers, "You've been teabagged by these nuts."
I hate it here.
How does it taste to have these nuts in your mouth?
Oh my God. I mean, he looks like he might be a little homeless too.
I would forever be going around sticking my finger in people's mouths and asking how these nuts taste.
I will pay you $100 to go change your name.
What's the process like? What is it a long, lengthy process? Does it
No,
cost
it's
a lot of
literally
money?
it's just one piece of paper.
Does it cost anything to do it?
I think it's like $25.
But then I have to go back to work, and I have to go to HR, and I have to be like, listen, I changed my name. I need to, for legal purposes, change my tax papers.
You could always just get yourself an alias.
Select an alias on my legal work, my legal
Yeah,
documentation?
you can create an alias, not just change your full legal name. You can just create an alias for yourself, so you can go by multiple names.
Okay, so you want me to, from now on, put on my legal paperwork when they want to know other names that I go by and put Deez-Nuts on there?
Yeah. I'll pay you $100.
I won't get another fucking job. You have to pay all my bills.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'm gonna write a fucking biography about how I retired at 34 because my friend bet me $100 to change my legal name to Deez-Nuts, and now I can't find employment, so he pays all my bills out of obligation. When I could just go to the courthouse and
Just remove it.
fucking change it.
With the $100 that you were paid.
Oh my God. I don't think you should give people life advice. You're not very
Excuse me, what?
you're not very good at it.
Yes, I am. I'm consistently told by people that I'm good at giving advice.
You're consistently betting me amounts of money to do terrible things.
That's not life advice.
No, that's not life advice. But you haven't offered me real life advice. You've offered me payment to do terrible things to other people. Or
That's
to
just
myself.
being a great friend.
How's that being a great friend?
I don't know. Just that's what friends do.
And then are you gonna be like, how badly do you want that new game that came out? Now you have to go touch that hobo and ask him how these nuts taste.
If you changed your name to Deez-Nuts, I would be bribing you with everything. I would be bribing you all the time.
You're like, you're gonna have a free ride through life. All you have to do is become a social pariah.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready like when you had me drill into the fucking wall with an electrical
Okay. Let's go back to this. If the stud finder says, beep, 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 there's a stud, and you drill and there's no stud, whose fault is it?
I would also like to point out that we trusted that same stud finder 4 times before we stopped working on it.
Because we were desperate to get it done.
Yeah, well, you know what? The last time I tested something that was supposed to be the way it was supposed to be and it wasn't, I ended up with a kid. So, I'm just saying.
Which one?
To be fair, and what's funny is I think I can pinpoint the conception of Millie? No, Ollie. I think I can pinpoint the...
Really?
Yeah. And it wasn't like
Are you going to delve into details?
It wasn't like we'd be like, so there we were, my wife and I bent her over the fucking bed. What do you want from me?
Oh, it was just a random fuck night? There wasn't like a date or anything?
No, it wasn't like anything special. It wasn't like we were at a hotel or it was like Valentine's Day and there were like rose petals everywhere and candles all around the room or anything. It was just like was like one night where I was like, that was a particularly good round of sex, which sounds like a weird way to put it.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
perfectly good round of sex.
Good sesh.
Good sesh. Oh god, I have so many times wanted to be like good game.
Please, fist bump her next time.
Oh my god, I did throw money on the her bedside stand one time.
Yeah, you told me
afterward.
that.
Good sesh. She doesn't appreciate any of the good jokes I come up with. She was asking her sister Karen yesterday if she had to refrigerate the birthday cake, and she's like, "Or is it fine just to leave it sit out on the table? Like obviously covered up, it wasn't just exposed." And Karen goes, I don't know, Google it and find the answer. And she's looking for it. And I said, despite whether or not you're supposed to refrigerate that cake, do you know what cake is actually better heated or better hot? And she goes, I swear to God, if you say that ass. I said,
why she gotta get mad?
I don't
Also,
know.
that cake did not need to be refrigerated.
I think we figured that out. It's still sitting on the table.
Yeah, no, that kind of icing does not need to. I would have thought she would have known that.
Just ruined my good setup and the joke all around. She just doesn't appreciate me.
No, she doesn't. She does not appreciate these jokes. I've witnessed that firsthand this weekend a few times, where she just is like, really?
And then back to you being a good friend, but a terrible person in general. Encouraged me in my jokes.
I mean, of course I'm going to.
That's why she hates us both.
It's fine. She's stuck with us.
She's stuck with us.
If we're stuck with her and Respucia.
I mean, I would like to think maybe she loves us, but I guess sure, stuck with us is fine. So, do you have anything more you want to touch on with Deez-Nuts? That was probably not the best way to put it.
No, I don't want to touch him. I don't want to touch anything about him. He's an idiot. And I'm really shocked that he's from Green Bay and not Florida. That's all I have to say.
It really does feel like a Florida thing.
Right.
Speaking of something that I feel like is also a Florida thing, I sent you a video.
Just
earlier.
now?
Not just now. One earlier, the first one I sent you. Not for the recording, but now. Not now. Fuck, I don't know what I'm fucking saying anymore. It's been a real fucking day. I deserve more ice cream. I should go ahead and Dairy Queen on the way back.
Where did you send it?
I airdropped it to you.
Oh.
This is another little gem that I found. Scouring the internet for content.
Is it this guy?
It is this guy. So I apologize for those of you who might be audio-only listeners. Most of what we talk about can be enjoyed via just the audio. The video makes it so much better. So if you're watching or if you are listening on Spotify specifically, I do know this for a fact. Spotify specifically will show you the video. You can also find these episodes on YouTube as well. Some of them end up being TikToks anyway. So if you follow us on TikTok, you'll find them there as well.
A view is a view.
A view is a view. And despite what I tell my wife, she does not appreciate when I enjoy her view.
Like this weekend
in
the living room.
Wasn't there just something? She was looking for something in the living room. She was bent over and she's like, I can't find it. Can you help me? I'm like, I've enjoyed
the view. And I looked right at you and you were like, ogling.
Just right in front of me, bent over. It was just like,
yeah, I mean, whatever.
Women don't appreciate being ogled anymore, I guess.
Oh, God. Where's your red hat?
Don't appreciate the roofies either.
I'm going to start calling you Andrew Tate.
How's that guy out of jail again?
He's not. I think he's back in.
Is he?
I think Romanian arrested him again.
Arrested him again? Did fucking, they bring him down with pizza again?
No. But I think they arrested him because they arrested his brother, and then he was connected to it. It's all sex charges.
Not surprised.
Just keep the guy over there.
Well, speaking of dripping with sex appeal, this guy here.
This is a neckbeard motherfucker.
Yeah, it sure is. So do you like Vienna sausages?
No.
No? Give me a second to respond to this one.
Like mini hot dogs?
Yeah. Like the little Vienna sausages and... What did I just say? Sausages?
Yeah, it sounded like it. They're in that can,
yeah,
right? No, I don't want
the small little can of Vienna sausages.
No.
There's like, I don't know how many of them are in there, but they're in a circle. They're really tightly packed in there.
No.
Okay. I don't either. Some people love them. Some people will substitute the little barbecue sauce weenies with these. This guy's going to show you how to properly eat a can of Vienna sausages.
Oh, fuck. the face he's making with these Dahmer glasses right now in the still before it even starts, already not.
I said earlier that I think he could be from Florida, but this feels more like an Alabama thing.
Yeah.
This looks
Yeah,
like
Kay, this is some inbreeding with incest.
Kay is very concerned about your
Say one thing.
your familial relationship.
Say one thing, and
I wish I could end this fucking plague. I was doing really good too. Like I coughed a little bit at work, and then I got home, and it was like it just stopped. I was like, wow, I feel okay. My lungs are like clear. And then I got here, and I was okay. And then we started talking for recording. It was just all of a sudden I can't stop coughing.
yeah, it's the talking.
I'll just stop doing that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Show's all yours.
So should I play the video?
I guess we could do that.
Yeah.
I am going to show you how to properly consume a can of Vienna sausages. First, you gotta get your Vienna sausages.
His eyes.
Next,
Like a doll's eyes.
you go ahead, you open it up,
It's like opening cat food.
then you do
No.
this.
No. I heard him slurping. Oh, God, fuck.
That's just the juice.
I know, and it's like, oh.
Oh, you gotta take out the
Take
middle
out
of that
the middle.
part.
Why did he have to drink it?
You can do this. Put your hot sauce in, rotate it around. It'll evenly distribute your hot sauce to your Viennese.
Pronounces it.
And then you just kind of just tilt and turn. Then you do this.
You see how he's shaking?
Mm-hmm.
He is not even... No. No. Why is this happening?
Wash it down with the hot sauce. It was eyes, though.
Good.
That was terrifying.
The internet needs to be taken from we need to burn the internet down.
So maybe it's not such a bad thing then that they're trying to get rid of TikTok in the U.S. It almost seems like a favor to everybody.
I'm against the TikTok ban, but maybe we just choose certain people to be banned.
Certain people that like to obsess with hot dogs.
Like, that was one of the top 5 most disturbing videos I've seen this year.
That was pretty bad. That was bad.
Viennese.
And there's fucking eyes at the end.
The eyes, the fact that he was like shaking, like he's got way too much sodium in his body.
Well, yeah, he's fucking downing cans of Vienna sausages.
You start the can of sausage, eating the can of sausages by drinking the liquid, and the fact that I heard him swallow it. Fuck me.
Sometimes the AirPods work a little too well.
Yeah, they work a little too well. I'm just... God damn it. I'm so... I was like... If I was eating right now, I would have just had to... I would have hurled, because that was so foul. There's something about that video that really just made me feel sick to my stomach.
What do you think his name is, based off how he looks?
Let me go back and see.
You did a visual again? Did you see what the name of his channel is?
Savor Delight.
Savor Delights.
Can you bleep that out so we don't even give him any views?
I mean, the TikTok name bounces all around the video. So.
I can't. I wonder if he glues the pubes onto his neck, because...
Glues the pubes under his neck? Well, I did find a couple of comments under this video that I...
Oh, you read the comments?
Yeah, I tend to go through the comment section when I find videos like this one. This one commenter, Ratman, says, immediately by looking at him, I knew he was the authority on Vienna sausages.
He's keeping armor in business.
It's like those places that are just such horrible garbage places, and you're just like, who's eating there to keep them open?
Him.
Yeah, this guy's solely keeping Vienna sausages open. Another one, Schmidt says, drinking the skin rod water straight from the can is diabolical.
That's what really. Oh fuck! Skin rod water.
Skin rod water.
I'm gonna start using that. Somebody, I don't who. What is it? Joe Santagato calls them dog second season for hot dogs because he's a huge hot dog fan, and I'm just gonna start calling them skin dogs.
Skin dogs.
That is, and the water. That's like, there's this video that was going around years ago where it was this girl, she had her friends coming over, but a couple people that she didn't like were coming, so she made ice cubes, but she used
hot
dog water. And she separated them, and she
God.
knew that when they were, those people she didn't like were going to ask for ice cubes in their water, she was going to put the hot dog water in there.
Yeah.
This man would probably lose his shit and be like, "Oh, that's such good water, blah blah. I love hot dog water."
I can't believe you just downed it though. Like, whenever I have juices or water like that, I mean, unless it's like a fruit cocktail or peaches or whatever, then I'll drink some of the juice occasionally. Some people are real crazy about, I know you don't care for pickle juice, and will drink it straight from the jar. It just seems like there's something missing from your soul if you're just drinking hot dog water.
Yeah, it's, oh god.
Because, like, I mean, as much as I love hot dogs aren't an amazing flavor. They're not they're not the top tier steak or whatever.
No, but they're good. But they're not like, I'm not sitting here having a fucking climax over them.
Right.
And this dude looks like he had too many climaxes. That's why his eyes are crooked. It looks like he has, the fact that he's so shaky as he's like doing the demonstration, and his eyes are crooked. It's like he forced himself to. He like took himself over the edge too many times, that his body is just like.
Took himself over the edge. Is that climax? Or is that the experience that you have when you down? What was it? The skin rod water.
The Viennese with it is what he says.
The Viennese.
I don't know. Maybe he's never had a real orgasm before. He looks like he's for sure a virgin, so that's maybe his equivalent.
Oh god, do you think he sticks those up his butt too? Gives himself the old backdoor Viennese.
I hate it here.
The forbidden dildo.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
It's not forbidden to him.
Oh, nothing's off.
This man looks like he. I think what we need to do is we need to do like a bi-weekly check-in on him and see any of the other new videos he has, because this is not the most excited he's ever been by food. There has to be something else.
Cake.
Well, who doesn't like cake?
Well, I just mean, like, that's, if he goes this crazy for hot dogs, he's got to be real cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over cake.
Yeah. Fuck. He probably. I'm trying to think. There's some. I'm trying to think if there's. I can't remember what it's called. But this man probably goes ham on some fucking backwoods food. He probably eats some squirrel.
Spam's good eating too, I'm sure.
Like he's in a fallout shelter.
He'll survive. It's like the Fallout show where the scientist is like, we all joke that cockroaches would be the one thing that survived the nuclear fallout, but they just got better. That's what this guy. He's the king of the wasteland.
He is a ghoul for sure. I need to get off this video because it's like sitting on his face and sitting here. I'm like, this is just so disturbing.
I know. I have a couple more comments I'm hiding behind. I don't see them. I just see the little hair on top. Corey Taylor. Corey Taylor says, no description, no hashtags. I was meant to be here.
I love when TikTok does that to you, where you don't even know how you got there.
I'm pretty sure I came across this video naturally, too. I don't think I was looking for anything in particular. I think I was just scrolling through it. And one more comment here. Yeah, one more comment here. Uncle Beardo says, the Joey Chestnut of Vienna Sausages.
Uncle Beardo.
Uncle Beardo.
God damn, I really need...
Which seems like what this guy's username would be.
Yeah.
Because of all the neck beard.
It literally looks like he shaved, which I don't know how he would have reached down there, but it looks like he took shavings and like glued it onto his neck. God damn.
Oh, what a man will do for some Viennese. See where we are on timing
Do
here.
you think he eats those online for people? Besides TikTok?
Maybe.
Because you know there's those kinks that people like we talked about, or the feeders and the
Mm-hmm.
eaters. I wonder if he's like an eater.
You know what job I could get into is bringing back to Fallout the show. Thaddeus. I caught this when I think I heard it the first time, but I forgot until I was watching it with Kristen again. Thaddeus says that he was, I think he called it a grubber or something.
The fuck is that?
He was saying that the farm would feed him and other people like a lot of food, and then they would shit a massive amount of feces, and then they would feed that feces to flies, and they were like fly farmers or something. So like his sole job existence was just to eat and shit, and then collect the shit and feed radiated flies for something that they produce or something.
What?
Yeah, fucking wild jobs in the wastelands.
I don't remember that being discussed.
It was in episode 2, I think.
How do you recall that so easily?
2 or 3. Well, I mean, I just watched it last night, so I had a little bit of an easier remembering.
I thought you finished it.
I did, but I'm watching it now with Kristen because she doesn't know I finished it.
Oh, does now.
Because it's extremely unprecedented the guy would finish first ever.
Yeah, there's never been anybody who's ever done that.
No, it's
You're not a typical husband.
Almost never like that.
There's no other husband out there like you.
All right, well, I think we got time for one more video.
And it better be a good one, because you're going to have to recover from fucking neck beard over here.
I don't know that you're going to recover from anything with this one.
Oh, fuck.
It's some beauty advice that maybe we can take away and enjoy. Why are you sighing at me, Cody?
You just know this is going to be bad.
Me and my husband have been making this product together for almost 8 years now, and y'all, it has been a serious game changer for me and my skin. This is something that you can make with your man as well.
No.
It's literally one ingredient.
No.
It will save you tons of money when it comes to the products you use for your daily regimen. The main thing I love about it is how versatile it is.
No.
I can use it as a mask, I can freeze it and use it as ice cubes, add sugar to it and create a scrub. It's edible, plus many other helpful things. He never fusses when it's time to make a new batch because he enjoys the quality time we get together when producing the product. And
why would he
it's
fuss?
even brought us closer
He's
together.
climaxing.
I would highly recommend you
No.
and your boo try this too.
I have some bad news for you. I can't find out whether this is satire or not.
Okay, so the video itself may be satire, be based off of the yeast infection one that we watched. But I know there are spas around the world that do this.
Maybe she had got the idea from one of those.
I remember being in high school, and I had this friend who, of course, she ended up in jail. But we were in history class. I actually remember vividly the conversation. She would, because I asked her for lotion for it was like wintertime, my hands were cracked, so I asked her for Aquaphor, because she always had Aquaphor. She goes, you should just jerk off into your hands and like rub it in. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, oh, I take my boyfriend's jizz and I like rub it in and I put it on my face. And like, look, my face has never been clearer. That was 10th grade.
Oh my God.
I remember because I was sitting in my history teacher's class. I can't say her name, but I remember her telling me this. And then every few years it would pop up that like a spa was doing it. And people started, but I don't know if that's actually satire.
I don't know.
But that didn't look like.
I would bet more than anything it's satire. But like you said, but how much stake do you put into it though? It's like the whole they're putting litter boxes in schools. It's like, is it true? Who's confirmed? Have you heard? You've like seen reports that people have confirmed that this is being used in spas?
Just Google it right now.
Do the Google. I know it's a great way to try to convince your girl to let you finish on her face. And you're like, well, this thing has some restorative properties to it. I mean, if you think about it, really, it's bathing in youth because, the sperm, they're half children.
Yeah, one of the hosts on The View, this is one of the articles, says you can use sperm as a nice face cream. And it's funny because they say the Republican panelist.
Republican.
They just had to throw that out there. But she does it, apparently. And her face looks pretty good. Let's go back for some spas. Face Semen. It's a website.
Facesemen.com.
100%. The soothing and calming mask, the same beloved formula, enhanced with a super dosage of botanical extracts with clean ingredients, no preservatives, and
So what you're saying?
oh my yes. Okay. Face Steam is a skincare formula that is inspired by the studies of the science of using seminal fluid. It contains skin-loving molecules similar to some of those found in seminal fluid. Face semen contains additional skin-boosting ingredients similar to seminal fluid that benefit the skin. What is face semen? There's a little link, then it says face semen versus semen and what's next. So, let's see what face semen versus semen does.
So and say it's not. Is it doctored semen then?
It's not real semen. It's scientifically engineered.
So it's not semen then.
Well, this one website, yeah. So then the bioactive ingredient that mimics semen and benefits the skin. For example, Dermsum or Brightum technology. These are additional sources. Okay, so then they say the difference. So here's the balance. Here's the benefits of semen. The pH is about 7.7. It has ions, citrates, saccharides, protein, and is a translucent white. Face semen has a pH of 5 to 7.4, ions, citrates, saccharides, proteins, and is bioactive and is also a translucent white. So what they're doing is they're mimicking semen.
I'm telling you though, face semen is just semen specifically placed in a location of your choosing. Although apparently, according to people we've heard from this weekend, it does not feel good in your eyes.
Face cream made of semen is a New York beauty. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are doing this. But then I love how there's this one Reddit article where it's like, bullshit, cum does not have benefits for the skin. But
I really wish Kristen was into science. We could find out.
Kuala Lumpur 20, January 20th, a New York beauty blogger has shared the secret to her flawless skin. She uses semen. She gets a supply of semen from her friend.
I think I heard about this woman.
Mixes the moisturizer for a smoother application, and it goes flaky when dry. So it's like a mask.
Oh, yummy.
I hate it here.
The terminology flaky.
Oh, I hate it here. It made me itchy and oh.
What you want is dry flakes on your face. You just, oh God.
I hate it. Why is the internet like this? This is another person who doesn't need to be on the internet. So when our generation created the internet with AIM, all of that stuff, we were unhinged, talking to people we shouldn't have been talking to. I don't know about you, but I was. But you were a Bible thumper at the time.
Well, like we discussed, that the freakiest people are the ones at church. So even though I was a Bible thumper, or at least my parents were hoping I would, there were times where
you know who Jenna Marbles was. Jenna Marbles was.
This has nothing to do with anything. That has to do with being sheltered.
So you were sheltered, is what I mean.
I was sexting. There's a different word for it, not sexting. In like the chat room.
Yeah.
It wasn't sexting then, though. It was something else, wasn't it? It had a different name.
It did. I don't remember what it was.
Is this a Mandela effect? Did we remember something that doesn't exist?
Yeah, because it wasn't sexting. Sexting became like when it was through the phone.
Yeah, it was something else, and it wasn't just like role play. It had a specific name. You can type in sexting in chat rooms. You're gonna put it on a watch list. Our number is gonna skyrocket one day, and we're gonna be like, "Wow, people are fucking listening to us," and it's gonna be the FBI watching us.
Yeah, I got no good answers.
What?
Someone said chat rooms.
I don't know, but it was sexting. I would do shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
there's no way as a teenager I was any good at it.
yeah, no, but my whole point is, it's like, so we did all that stupid shit, and then smartphones came about, and it was just like everybody fucking was like, we're going ham, and shit went wild. Like, can we just go back to the pre-smartphone era? We had the internet, but things were still on the computer. That'd be great. Then maybe then we wouldn't have so many fucking psychos downing weenies after they just drink the water and put in sperm on their face. The flaking it off is what really fucks me up. I'm not gonna be able to get that on my.
Well, then you have people like that woman who was TikTok famous. She was a model who was selling her farts in a jar.
She was from 90 Day Fiance.
Mm-hmm,
I watched that.
Yeah, and then she was eating a lot of foods that produced gas, and then she ended up hurting herself and
had to go to the hospital. Yeah,
and they told her to stop doing it because it could kill her. So then she changed her business, and how she sells boob sweat in a jar.
And there was a girl on Twitch who was selling her bathwater.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now, but yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
And people were like buying it to drink it. It was just like that's worse than the Vienna sausage water.
I'm itchy. Oh, I don't like it. There's fuck. Like, why?
The idea of even coming into contact with someone else's water that they bathed in.
Yeah, it's
and people
nasty.
are putting it into their bodies.
It's nasty. Like, I have a hard time just even getting like reconciling with people who don't wash their hands. I have this one friend who.
Oh, you're a real.
I'm not a germaphobe.
No. I was gonna say, Scrooge isn't the right word, but you're a real miser. That maybe is what I mean. For people when you know they're going to the bathroom, you listen for the water to run, because every time my kids come running out of the bathroom, you go, "Did you wash your hands?"
Yeah, because of what happened with Millie.
You got poop wiped on you.
Yeah, I mean, you would do it too. But I have this one friend who, down in Cincinnati, I have never, ever, 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 ever witnessed her to wash her hands.
Yeah.
I have seen her go to the bathroom and then come out and cut vegetables.
Just flush, exit, cook.
And I'll be like, "You didn't wash your hands. I'm not eating that." She goes, "I just peed." I was like, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't." And
even if you had, you still wiped.
Oh yeah, and it's always just like a back and forth. And then I have another friend, also a woman, and it's just like, why are the women like? When I worked at Outback years ago in high school, the only time I ever had to clean a bathroom was the women's bathroom, and the women's bathroom had shit on the stalls, not in the toilet, on the stall walls. Why? Why was that a thing? And it happened multiple times. Every time I ever had to clean the men's bathroom, it was just like urine on the floor. Good deal.
Right.
Or a beer can that was stuck under the vanity for some reason, which we then later found out it was because employees were drinking on the job. But it's just foul. So sharing like bathwater and all that other shit, no fucking way.
How do you enjoy? I mean, fart in a jar, I can get how you enjoy that, but what do you do with boob sweat in a jar?
Someone's drinking it.
Someone's putting it in their mouth.
But I wonder if it would even stay in the shipping process. Like, if it would like
evaporate.
Not evaporate. It would turn into. I think it would like condensate to the top and then try to evaporate. I don't know, but it wouldn't be like, you know, like when you put meat back in like in a Tupperware and the water all gets to the top.
Right.
That's what I feel like it would do.
You ever see? I mean, of course, yeah. If you've taken a bath, and everyone's taking baths at one point, whether they do or not as adults is another matter. But everyone's taking baths, and you know, like when you're particularly dirty, like you've
all at the
had
bottom.
a long day, and it's just like grime that off, and then like your skin, you can scrub off like the dead skin off of your body, and that's in the bath water. People are putting that in their mouths too.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine being like, that girl is so fucking hot, I have to put her bath water in my mouth.
There's nothing.
And then something solid gets in the back of your throat when you drink it.
There's no amount of money that you could pay me to do that.
Not the $100 to name change to Deez-Nuts. That wouldn't.
No.
$100 wouldn't do it for you. Because you want to ruin my life for $100.
You were way too accepting of that $100.
I was like, for $100, I could get a few games that I've been putting on hold. Untaxed, untouched by my wife, also like me.
When's your anniversary coming up?
Yeah, the 16th. So in
This month?
Yeah.
Well, then you'll get some then.
Okay.
Fine.
I didn't get birthday sex either. It was Ollie that I remember the conception of. It was her birthday.
See, I told you it's not that weird to ask. Like, why? What was the backstory? People always have a story of conception.
But I remembered because of the things we did, not because of what day it was.
What did you do?
Nothing like heinous. It was just like good sesh. Like that one was.
Oh, you're talking about the sexual thing.
That was top tier compared to like some of the other times. And it's sad because I was like, I remember that one being like, that's definitely when we conceived. I remember that clearly, and I couldn't remember there was a special date attached to it, but it was her birthday.
Do you think that's why he's such a wild child? Is because you had such wild sesh that night?
Maybe. Maybe that's also why he's my favorite.
You can't say that.
Log that one away in my spank bag. It's like you're the memory of that event.
You got the other one upstairs. Hope you can't hear this.
Like we thought he was listening to that one episode.
He was.
We were like, why is the door open? He's just sitting at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, he was just listening. He just wants to hang out. I get it.
Just wants to listen to how I railed his mother.
At least he hasn't walked in on you.
I don't remember.
Because I'm pretty sure I walked in on my parents at that age.
I know we have been walked in on. I mean, it was probably him because I remember him when he was like younger, like 3 or 4, and like we were under the blanket, so like he didn't know anything was going on. But man, what a mood killer that is. Not for me. My
parents kept going.
I'll get struck by lightning and be like, nope, I'm good to go. Let's keep going.
Right. I don't think I'd have a hard time like going back, continuing it. But yeah, my parents, like the 2 times they saw it, like we walked in on them, they kept going.
But like this is like, on your trauma, not ours.
Yeah, my dad's like, well, am I gonna stop? Oh god.
What a place to end up at. Talking about using semen for moisturizer after
it's a great place to end up, and it's also a great place to end.
After the finish, this is the good finishing point.
Because I'm fucking disgusted.
Thinking about flaking on your skin.
I'm fucking disgusted.
And drinking bath water.
Yeah, this is foul.
I'm hungry.
We got pizza upstairs.
I was just thinking, I was like, man, I got a grumbling in my stomach. Not for bath water. That's obviously not going to satiate
I'm telling Kristen.
Unless she has a lot of sediment in her bath water.
Oh, God.
She could probably charge like an extra $2,000 if she masturbated in that water, too.
It's true, though.
You're like, I'm thoroughly disgusted.
But it's so
but the
true.
business manager in me says that's a great idea.
It is so true, though. Like, oh, God. I really need the internet to just be reset. Someone blow it up with an atom bomb and reset it.
But the problem is that you still remember all of the things that you witnessed. So the problem still remains in your memory, even though the source is gone. The trauma remains.
We need to just reset everything. I don't care if the trauma remains. We need to build it back up.
It's just going to come back worse.
It would. Just like the Roman Empire collapsed and then fucking something else came back in its place, but worse. And every other thing has happened since then. It's been worse.
That's how we ended up in America. The worst place in the world.
Put a little asterisk there so people don't think that we're fucking being serious and trying to start shit. But
we like to start shit. We're pot stirrers.
That's true. Yes, that is actually my new, like, I think that's like, when I re-download my dating profiles, I'm going to put that as like part of my bio.
I'm going to help you spice those up.
So that it's like a, part of my bio is I like to stir the pot.
We're going to figure out how to sell you.
Sell me?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking livestock.
We're going to put on there, if you're not interested in dating me because our personalities don't clash, at least buy a vial of my bath water.
Here's my link tree.
Extra moisturizer included if you pay the additional cost.
I wonder if I can make money doing that. I do still have a bathtub. I haven't converted it to just a shower yet.
I take baths as an adult. Not very often, but every once in a while, especially after like a double shift, I'm just like,
If
need
it's
to
with
soak my
Epsom salt and
muscles.
shit, yeah. But I haven't done it in a long time. I would prefer one with jets.
That's
It's just
really
like the
nice.
standing water. You know, you can buy a jet mat and just like put it in your bathtub.
Put it right up to your butthole.
Sure. Okay, Russ. Fucking bidet.
That's how you get the extra sediment in the bathwater you're gonna sell.
All right, we're done. We're done. I'm way too itchy. I don't like this.
You're gonna go take 2 showers.
I don't like it. I'm itchy. Oh,
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
God, that is a terrible way to end this episode. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're still okay people.
We're great friends.
Yeah. Yeah, you've told me multiple times I'm a terrible friend this weekend.
Well, I mean, when the bar is being lowered to, you shouldn't have gone unharmed for drilling directly above an outlet to, oh, it says the stud's directly above the outlet. Go for it.
Okay, but look at how good of good of friends and people on the cast of Jackass are. And look at all the things they do to each other.
I don't know that they're good friends. They're more like rivals with good spirits.
Okay, well, I didn't have intentions of hurting you or having you get hurt.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't get a phone out to start recording.
Okay, well, now that you brought it up, maybe I will next time. We do need to get that TV hung, though.
This is the only thing that'll be hung in my house. So, we may not be... we may not be the worst people in the world.
But at least
it's not the greatest people. We don't even know how to close out our own episodes. We may not be
It's
the
'cause I'm
greatest
flustered.
people in the world. You're flustered. Me too, buddy, but for different reasons. It may not be the greatest people in the world, but at least we're not
drinking Viennese
drinking
water.
skin rod water or bath water.
Oh, God. That some random streamer sold me for a fortune.
Or boob sweat in a jar. Or smelling farts in a jar. We're really top tier when you start adding it all up.
Right. At the end of the day, we are pretty fucking good people compared to that. And that's what I'm going to tell myself.
As you cradle yourself in the shower, thinking about all the things we talked about.
So I become not so itchy. I'm like sitting over here. I'm like, is it because the new tattoo that I'm itchy, or is it just because I'm fucking feeling like something's crawling on me because I'm all fucking grossed out?
I hope when you go to wash your hands, one of these times the soap dispenser just like shoots it out really excessively and just like hits you in the face or something. You think about it.
Well, so the lotion's done that to me.
Yeah.
Not in the face, but on my shirt. And I'm like, God damn it, I'm not going to go change my shirt because it won't come out.
Fucking hits you in the face and you go, oh, I could do porn. All right, well, that's going to do it for us this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and please come back.
And as always, you know where to find us. Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Pandora, apparently.
Pandora, Facebook,
and
Apple.
Yeah. Great friends, okay people.
Bye. Oh, you did peace?
There's the difference, guys. There's the difference.